Hello and welcome back to Marveling in the Madness with myself, Stephen, and we got Dominic in the building.
That was a
How
bit
you
better
doing,
as
my
an
brother?
introduction. I'm doing all right.
Well, I didn't know how you get with the introduction, so I thought I'd help you out.
Yeah, I nearly asked you before we started how we're going to do it this time, but again, we're just going to wing it and do it really badly. It's great.
This is what it's all about, we're not professionals, and I think that's like half the fun of it for me. Just run it and see what happens,
Yes, we're barely competent novices or incompetent novices. Maybe we should just call ourselves incompetent novices, probably.
I like to think of myself as a brilliant idiot.
Ah, yes. I'm idiotically brilliant.
That too, it works. It's the perfect oxymoron, shall we call it? Things just don't make sense.
No one does.
Right. So I bet you've had some good
by the way?
thoughts. Obviously, sent you some of the topics. Obviously, we can meander into other things and go on tangents. But this might be the most controversial topic we ever actually have.
That's true.
There's some serious thought needs to go into this. So obviously, I'm talking about the vegetable tier list. Like, what is the GOAT of all vegetables?
That's I can see there's going to be some fights breaking out over this.
Because I feel like you already know, man. Like, we had a pre-discuss about this.
We did actually have a discussion about this one, yeah.
But I think it still stands. So I'm going to tell the people. For me, broccoli. Up there. Number one.
Broccoli?
Good with everything. Broccoli, for me, is just the GOAT. The GOAT of all vegetables.
By the way, on that note, didn't you see that there's a university that was trying to ban the word, trying to ban goat? I saw it on some YouTube game show or something.
No, they're not. Well, if they ever happen to see this, I'm going to say the word goat so many times, you're going to rethink that.
Fine. Broccoli. I can't say, like, broccoli is like nutritious, but is it really like the best vegetable to, like, in terms of, are we going on taste or are you going on like?
Oh no, just taste. So we're taking like nutrition and everything out of it. I'm just saying my own personal taste. Because obviously there are some other ones, but I'm thinking like the ones for me that are gonna mix with a lot of the meals I eat. So broccoli is just there. It's just
like broccoli's all right, but
no.
It's not top. Like
no, what do you mean it's all right? It is the best.
Like if I was going for a taste, I wouldn't be like, you know what I'm having at the top of the tree? Broccoli. Broccoli is that sort of vegetable that you're going to force your children to eat when they're young.
Nah. I think you're so wrong. Well, rebuke me. What are you going to say? What's yours?
You know what I do love? I do love a good roast pepper. That's a good thing. That is a nice vegetable. And then, or peas. I absolutely love peas. I could eat I reckon if you just give me a plate of peas, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know. If you gave me a plate of broccoli, I'll be honest, I'd eat it because I eat most things. But like, if I
you got me. Oh no!
if I had a plate of broccoli or a plate of peas, you know what I'm eating? I'm eating the ruddy peas.
Yeah. Oh no. See, I feel like peas are like the most basic vegetable.
Yeah, basic best. Get yourself some good peas. Peas and sweet corn. Oh.
Okay. Let's sidetrack in terms of convenience. Broccoli versus your roasted pepper. So the broccoli, 2 or 3 minutes in the microwave, we're good to go. We're eating. How long are we gonna wait for your roasted pepper?
Yeah, but it takes you half an hour to really chop the broccoli up.
Nah, fam. Have you ever heard of, frozen vegetables? What are you living in?
To be fair, it takes quite a while to chop a pepper up. But especially the way I do it, because I have like a system, right? I chop the top off, pull the top out, like pull all the middle out, and then I chop a bit of the bottom out so it's all nice, and then I slice it in half and then start chopping it up. I think it's not a very efficient system, but you know when you've got a bit of OCD and you have to just like repeat your system no matter what. I haven't actually got OCD, I should probably say.
All I'm hearing is inconvenience.
Well, yeah. I suppose.
That's what I heard.
I suppose if you're inconvenient, you have to eat non-inconvenient vegetables.
Yes. Yes, this is the way we're gonna look at it. I don't have. Well, it's not that I don't have time. I just don't want to make time for roasting a pepper. To be honest, like I'm not gonna lie, mostly on the go. So I want to wait however long, 15 minutes, even 30 minutes for a roasted pepper.
Probably more like 45 minutes. You can have a stuffed roasted
Oh,
pepper. That's quite nice.
Hell no! You out of your damn mind.
Yeah, just put it in the oven, leave it, go and do some stuff you want to do, like this random podcast where we talk about absolute nothing, vegetables, and then
Broccoli, by the way.
crack on.
Just not gonna leave that alone. It's gonna stay there. What if we go on another tangent? What if we go for the worst?
The worst vegetable.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
You know, if I was just have it on XO, one of the worst ones, kale. Is that even a vegetable? I don't even know if it classes as a vegetable, to be honest.
I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, kale and spinach. What really are they?
Like, I wouldn't just go like nomming on a kale, like some kale. Like
Nomming.
you won't find me like just with a plate of kale, just eating it like a goat or something.
See, but I wouldn't do that with kale. Weirdly, I'd do that with spinach though. Like, there's always other, again, convenience food. Some broccoli or spinach on the plate, just because, again, easy.
You're just nomming a plate of spinach.
Not just a whole plate. Obviously, I got my little bit of pineapple on the side because pineapple is just there because it's just nice, and whatever veggie substitute thing I'm eating that day. So there's that, the broccoli, probably the spinach. Depends if I bought it or not, but 9 times out of 10 is there. Then a little bit of pineapple. There you go. Nutrition. Boom.
So you have your pineapple on the same plate as your spinach?
Hell yeah. And that pineapple is heated. It is heated.
All right.
Yeah.
I think, based on your random diet, I think we should just rule you out of having any opinion on vegetables.
That's where you're wrong. Always wrong.
Lukewarm pineapple.
It's not lukewarm. Steaming.
Steaming pineapple.
Steaming pineapple.
That sounds like the start of a show, doesn't it?
I don't think about that.
Just gonna watch myself. What are you watching tonight? Watching steaming pineapple.
Listen, again, it just works. But I'll go with mine. Okay, so I think, what is it now? Cauliflower. The worst.
Well, you love broccoli, but you hate cauliflower. It's basically the same thing, just one's green, one's white.
No. Just no. Cauliflower, I don't know, literally tastes like dirt. Doesn't matter what you do. Okay, if you add cheese to it, fair enough. But then I'm like, you've killed it. It's no longer a healthy thing anymore. You've added cheese, so that doesn't count. But cauliflower by itself, from me, in my opinion, the worst vegetable ever created. Can't even stomach it.
I'm just gonna paint some cauliflower green one day and see if you notice.
I would notice. I'll be like, why is this dirt on my plate?
Why is this dirt on my planet? You go around just
I'll go that far. It shouldn't exist.
destroying all the
Get rid
cauliflower
of one.
trees.
If I can get rid of one vegetable, it's cauliflower all the way.
Jeez, that's
So
some strong
disgusting.
that's some strong opinions on the old cauliflower.
Oh, disgusting. Yeah, but you know when you buy like mixed vegetables, I'm like, why is there so much cauliflower? Who like decided this ratio? Why is there so much cauliflower? Generally, like, gets me a little bit amped. Like, there's not enough carrots or anything else. Just half of it, or not even half. Just over half is just cauliflower. Why?
Yeah. All right. You know what makes me laugh though is when you go to restaurants and they give you like the vegetables that they put on the side of your plate now. Rocket. But you get to the restaurants and they're like, we're gonna give you chips and a steak. It's a rocket. They're like, what the flip? That's barely a vegetable. You can't just smash rocket on everything and say it's like a healthy, balanced meal.
If they can do that, I can have pineapple wherever
Hey.
I want it to be.
Yeah.
We're changing the game.
I suppose they haven't whacked cauliflower on it for you, but
Oh no.
steak chips.
No.
Well, not that you'd have steak. You'd have a veggie steak or whatever.
I don't think I've ever tried one, to be honest.
Or veggie steak.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great. Some things just shouldn't be vegetarian.
Well, I never quite
Probably
understand.
most things, but veggie bacon is definitely one of them that shouldn't exist.
Oh, bacon. I've had that before. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
the worst. It is the worst. I'm like, who decided this was a good idea? It literally tastes like cardboard. Doesn't matter how much flavor you put on it, it still stops.
Yeah. I've always found that a bit strange. Like, fair enough, make things the shape of meat because like it's convenient to have like a burger because it goes in buns, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
don't go and like make it try and taste like meat or all that stuff because it never does, and it's usually makes it a lot worse. Just have vegetables, man. Vegetables are all right.
I guess, but I feel like you wouldn't be able to fit in. And if you've ever actually tried a full veggie burger with actual like veggies in it and try to barbecue that, it's just not a good time. Like it literally
That's
just
true.
grills and just falls apart. So you go to a barbecue, you're gonna be the one there, like standing in the kitchen. Oh yeah, I'm cooking my burgers in the oven. While everyone's outside having a good time by the barbecue, looking absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
I'm good with burgers. Last time I did barbecue with you, I singed all my hairs off my arm. I seem to remember. Anyway, that's a different story. But I like. I don't mind veggie burgers actually, as long as but like just don't try and taste like meat. Just like if it's like a mozzarella burger or something, that's fine. But it doesn't need to taste like meat. Is my point.
That I can agree with. Although I'm at the point now where I haven't eaten meat in so long. I actually can't remember what it tastes like, to be honest. So I'm probably not the best one to judge that.
Well, I eat vegetarian most of the time, well, a lot of the time because my wife's vegetarian, so well, mostly vegetarian, so it's easier just to do it. But
Is she though? Am I gonna have to expose your wife? Don't make me do it.
I said
Don't
mostly. I said mostly. And so yeah, so I quite like vegetarian. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a vegetarian because when I go out, anytime I go out, I always buy meat. So I'm not a vegetarian by any stretch of anyone's imagination, but I do like vegetarian food most of the time.
Tell you what did surprise me, the last time we went shopping and just going down the super, obviously has meat on the other arm, and then I randomly stopped as I was just looking down because there was some what was it, ribs?
Oh,
and that was like the only thing really in my mind. If it was ever something's like bring me back to eating meat, whatever reason I decide, I think that would have to be like my first meal to bring me back. So that was like my favorite thing. Ribs, barbecue sauce on the barbecue. Good times.
Nice.
But then I'm like, I feel like now I'm just too far in, like I just can't be bothered. And it'll probably destroy my stomach. So yeah. Why would I go back?
Yeah, it does have that problem where you eat less meat. But yeah.
I think the last time I ate meat, to be honest, I think it was the itchiest eye.
It's when you were around my house last and I snuck it in the food. No, I'm joking. I didn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you.
Wow. I'd say like 17.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a long time.
You were a vegetarian before it was cool.
I don't. I don't know how I feel about that. To be fair, the reason I did it is not to like save the animals or anything. Obviously, they can benefit from that. Good for them, but it was just my own personal choice. It's not like I'm trying to be out here doing saving, just because it's what works for me.
You were just trying to be hip before it was hip.
Stop doing that. just stop doing that.
Oh dear. And I just got a glimpse of my beard in the camera. It really needs a trim. Look at it. It's like I've also got these patches still. Classic.
Apache beard.
And a patchy beard. Yeah, I don't think so.
I was just mocking because I'm jealous because got into this age and still literally not even whiskers at this point. So I think it's just not meant for me.
Well, you try. One day you'll get like 4
You say I
hairs.
try. Like, how do you go about? I think it's just something that just naturally happens. It's just either there or it isn't.
I think you just got to have the willpower. You got to have the willpower to grow that beard.
Think about it every day. Oh, it will grow. It will grow. I say this. I'll probably hate it, even if I could. I probably would hate it because I'm just so used to it being
Having a baby face.
Yes.
I like it that you always still get ID'd when you're buying like Monster and things. Well, they haven't been ID'd for a while, to be fair. They seem to realise who you are now. But
no, it's because I haven't actually bought Monster for a while.
There are other brands, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like today
watching.
we're gonna give away some good brand deals before we even have brand deals. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to cut down on caffeine. I don't want to drink it as much. Just want to have more of a natural flow rather than peaks and troughs. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink so much caffeine.
Well, glad we talked about the vegetable debate. We really got to the bottom of that one.
We sorted absolutely nothing, and we've gone well off topic as usual.
Beautiful stuff. So we'll slowly move on to our next topic, which is obviously something we're both passionate about. I'm trying to think the other day, I was like, did I introduce you to it, or was it something like you were thinking about? And what I'm talking about is obviously investing and, you know, saving money using different kinds of apps to, you know, just to make it easier for ourselves.
And we should say at this point in the commercial disclaimer, we are not financial advisors, and they should not be taken
100%.
as financial advice. This is just two guys, and usually not that successful forays into investing. But yes.
I'm not offering anyone advice. I'm not going to go through my portfolio and be like, yeah, this one's great. This one's, you know, done 500% today. No. I'm just going to be like why I got into it and why I think it's a good idea just in general. But yeah, to go back to the original question, was it something you were thinking about before, or was it something I more or less was like talking to you about and then you did it? Because I couldn't remember.
I can't remember, actually. I can't remember if I think it was something I was thinking about. I can't remember if I had it before we talked about it or I got it after we talked about it. I can't remember that part, but it was definitely something I was probably already thinking about. I've since learned a lot more about in terms of mostly, to be honest, how not to do it. But that's the fun of it, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
As long as you don't put all your money in and then learn how not to do it.
Well, we both have the risky one that you gave me, and you know, for whatever reason, I still put money into it every month. So we'll just wait and see.
That'll come good eventually when we've earned our millions from it, you know.
The episodes just never come back. We're just living our best lives.
Well, that's it. When we're not losing, we're not on 1/10 of what we put in. Then we're on it. We're on a winner.
Oh gosh, we never know. We never know. But I think for me, it was something that I thought about from like a young age, just watching like a lot of the movies back in the day. So like Limitless, I think there was Wolf of Wall Street, and a few others than back then. But I never really had the confidence to pursue it because I was like, oh, was like a 16-year-old kid gonna know about investing? So I just left it on the back burner, and I think it was Moneybox. I can't remember when it started, way back in the day. Big deal for them. Yeah, so that's more or less how I got started into it. It was just like an easy way of saving. So like every week I'll just put like a $5 into like a savings account, and you know, just accumulate and go into different bonds and stocks and stuff. And I thought, oh, it's an easy way to do it. Haven't got to think about it. It's just sitting there in the back burner, you know, while I live the day-to-day life, and it just rounds everything up, making it really easy to save.
Yeah. I like Moneybox. Again, there are other options out there. Moneybox is what we use, and I find it really good. I actually found that actually the way that it's an ISA, so you don't pay tax on that, and you're like, obviously you got an allowance, but also the fact that it manages your funds and puts it into funds that sort of track, depending on what fund you put it in. You can put it into direct shares, but generally funds. So it's much better managed and more likely to give you a good return. And actually over time, I think it will give me a much better return than the bank will. So that's obviously you can't
Oh,
do it for the short
100%.
term. You
Yeah.
can't do it for the short term, but like for me, like I got good on the first year I did it. I was really fortunate because I put it in when the market was low, so I made a good return on the first year, really good return. But this year I've made nothing, but that's because the market's diabolical.
All over the place.
Yeah, but so obviously for me, I want to save up enough to make a business, and I thought the only way I'm really going to do it is putting lots of money into something that's hopefully going to return a good return over a long period. So it seems like a good investment to me. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. Yeah. Time will tell, but that's part of my. I'm enjoying playing with it a little bit.
Oh, that's the way I look at it. Like, we are in fortunate enough positions where we get to do so. And what was I gonna say? Well, if you look at like most banks, I think they only offer you like 0.5 to like 1%, which, you know, is going to take you forever and a day to really, you know, start to try to 10x your money. So you got to take the quote unquote riskier version. But I feel like if you're only getting 1% and if you can go to other apps and get way more, is it really a risk? Maybe not, but I think it's a chance. If you're actually serious, it's a chance, you know, you're willing to take. And again, not great. This is not financial advice for anybody, but that's just the way I look at it.
Yeah. I think like there's banks now are giving quite good returns, so the game's probably changed a little bit in terms of what's the best options. There's plenty of people who know a lot more about what's the best option for people to put their money in, because, well, we're just learning, but there's all sorts of places where you can get good advice. But yeah, so I think over long term, I think obviously if you put it into funds that tend to track big markets, then I'm hoping that the returns should be better. But you obviously look at playing the long game, playing 5-10 year game, and so we'll see how it goes. But if you can get even 5 to 10%, then over 10 years, then brilliant. And obviously it compounds. So, but it'll time to tell. I'm not putting all my money into it, so I'm putting what I know I can afford to.
For me, that one, I don't know why I don't put more money into it, because it does seem like the safer option. But I treat Moneybox more as like my rainy day fund. So just to say, anything was to kick off, there's a nice bit of spare bit of cash just ready to go for whatever situation. Whereas, you know, as I use trading 212, that's where I'm more serious. I do, again, brand, there are other things out there. That's why I get more serious. I do more research, watch a whole lot of videos to the point where it's sometimes actually ridiculous. But yeah, more research, and that one's taken a lot more serious in terms of what I want back, because there's a very, well, the way I plan is very long term. So, you know, there's a lot of research went into it.
Nice.
I'm guessing you're the same, because obviously, but you showed me your portfolio today, and I was like, yeah, quite impressed. There was some that I didn't even think of.
Yeah, I play with it a bit, and for me the Moneybox one's more like it is a long term, but I'm putting some reasonably small sums in at the moment just to see which ones return good returns, and then I might over time increase it. Obviously, I'm making the most of the Moneybox because it's a nicer tax. It's best for tax as far as I can see. Obviously, I'm no expert again, and yeah, so for me, the Moneybox I'm finding good because someone else is managing the fund. So I'm hoping it'll give me good returns to help me set up what I want to do in the long term. But we'll see. Like I enjoy playing with the shares on Moneybox and trading 212, and I enjoy the fun of trying little bits. I'm into different shares and seeing how they do. I'm being a bit more sensible now in the ones I put into to start with. I'll just put it in some probably random ones, a bit of a guesswork, and then thing. The one that we were joking about, the one that we put it into that both of us are hoping might turn around at some point.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we talk about powerhouse energy. It's basically a hydrogen stock, which I think will take off. There's a chap I talked to, again, another random tangent, who basically sells like hydrogen cars, and he's now telling me like it is slowly picking up. Whether, you know, it actually goes directly into the stocks that we actually buy is yet to be seen. But there's more of a demand because obviously electric, there's a whole lot more that has to be done before it's actually feasible for everyone to use to be to be more convenient. So obviously now you still have it's quick charge, which is still good, just a half an hour, but it's still not convenient for most people. You want to be able to just get where you go and not think, oh, I've got to take a whole stop for half an hour, break whatever I was doing, be late. So it's still not convenient for most people.
Yeah, I think electric cars will take off more, A, when they come cheaper, and B, when you can actually get there and back on one charge, which will happen, I'm pretty sure. I think hydrogen will pick off a lot for hydrogen, for construction plant, in my view, because at the moment, a lot of the sites are powered by like diesel. So if you had electric plant on there, you'd end up with electric plant powered by a diesel generator. So it completely defeat the objective. That's why I think if you went to hydrogen, it'd be an easy place to get hydrogen too, probably. You could do deliveries, full tankers, and obviously you could then, and it would help the plant. The plant would be a lot more, it'd last a lot longer. I think I'm quite hopeful that company will take off. I did look into it a bit, and it seemed like it's a great idea. I like the idea behind it. I like the idea of getting rid of some of the waste plastics with relatively low pollutants coming out of it. So I really hope it takes off, not just for my...
We kind of needed to, if you think about it, because even if we all go electric, we're still using a lot of fossil fuels to create said electric, so you're not really solving a major issue. So you kind of need other energies to actually take off, so you can actually still power these things that's not, still detrimental to our environment around us.
Yeah, so, well, we'll see when we go. Hopefully we'll go more and more green electricity generation, but it might take some time, I think. If they can ever get fusion, if they can ever crack fusion, then we'll be away, but...
Good old classic fusion.
Oh, we love fusion. I sometimes think they just make it up. I don't think it actually exists. No, I'm joking. It does, but...
I've not looked deeply into that one, to be honest.
I don't think it's going to get to the stage where we can, like have like a Tony Stark arc reactor in our chests. But
I don't think I want it in my chest.
Well, no,
that just sounds insane.
Just take your heart out, replace it with an arc reactor. Problem solved.
No, I'll pass on that one. But you never know. You never know. There could be someone out there already working on it, not to put it in our chest, but just for convenience of power. Who knows? That's it.
But no, I really hope we get further with electrics and hydrogen, because we really need to do something, don't we? Because that's the world's heading to some serious problems if we don't sort of turn a corner soon. Which I'm not getting political with it. I think everyone...
Well, it's not even getting political. You just got to look at the facts. Certain things are starting to run out. Well, I say maybe not in our lifetime, but you look at oils and everything of those natures. So, we have to start looking at alternatives. I'm surprised we're not utilizing more solar energy. It's free. Why aren't we doing it? You know what I mean? So,
I think part of it, isn't it, is that people get stuck in their ways, and people rightfully so for the company. Like, there's a lot of companies out there that make money out of old fuels, and actually for the shareholders, like the people who work there, it's their responsibility to make money for the shareholders. But at the same time, that's why it relies on governments to really drive forward into a different way of looking at things, because otherwise employees are going to do what they're told by the people who hold the money.
Well, yeah, you got to do what's best for your best interest. Like I say, if you're working for this company, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to slander my own company just so I feel better, but now I don't have a job and I can't pay my bills.
So, I didn't get that idea myself. That was from my sister's fiance, by the way. must give it props when it's due. That thought anyway. Oh dear. I'm just gonna start claiming everyone's ideas of my own. I know it's a complete copyright, but it's all right. If they're not famous, it's all right, isn't it?
Yes. Well, let's just think about this. Is there any original idea anymore?
Yeah. This Rudy podcast.
Oh yeah, no one's ever thought of doing that before, ever.
Well, no one's got this
Ever.
ruddy name.
No. And then talk about vegetables. Never seen it. First topic as well. Normally that's like the last of the topics. I'm like, nah, we're going straight in. I'm not afraid.
Yeah. And no one has such bad video quality in their podcasts or
Well, I
patchy
think the
beards.
blur actually makes it slightly more tolerable.
Yeah, I think we're improving. One day we might actually have a vaguely professional podcast. Imagine that.
I have some ideas.
Anyway, sorry, I think I was off topic again.
Who even knows what the topic was anymore?
I don't actually know. Oh, investing. That's what we were talking about, wasn't it? So what you should invest in is a load of vegetables, right? Vegetables is the way forward. Invest in a load of broccoli. Broccoli and peas.
Broccoli.
What's that up?
Broccoli is the way forward,
We should sell broccoli and peas.
Oof, that's a lot of land, it's a lot of water. Ugh.
Oh no, we'll just buy them off someone else. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
We'll just bag them up.
Again, no original idea. We just take an idea and just run with it.
Oh dear. It's what like some of the famous YouTubers do. They take an idea and put their stamp on it, and then it's their idea. From soft.
It's boring as long as you make it just a tiny bit different.
That's fine.
It's like a whole new thing.
They just take things that loads of people do, and everyone does it. Like when you make anything, like you like donuts or whatever. Let's just donuts because I don't know anyone that's done it with donuts. Like you just call it something to do, make them bigger or put some chocolate bars in them or something. Then it's your donuts, and it's a slightly different idea, and everyone buys them. Problem solved.
There you go. There you go. Dom's top tip for business or just things in general.
Oh dear.
That's what the people really come here for. That little 2-minute segment right there.
The people you mean your mum and our families, you know. Like I said that as if your mum isn't part of our families. No, I meant like
No, there was I told a woman about a gym. She's now watched, so it's getting there.
Oh bless her.
I just wanted to become I wanted to be its own thing first before I like just started spreading it, you know.
I hope someone doesn't clip that part.
What do you mean? What was wrong with that?
I want it to be its own thing first before I start spreading it.
Yeah. Coronavirus.
It's that really broccoli virus that we've come up with.
You leave the broccoli out. It's broccoli goated.
Sorry, cauliflower virus.
Well, I believe that. Bad things with cauliflower. Look at cauliflower ears. That's all I gotta say.
And on that note, we should probably bring this podcast to an end.
I'm happy to end it there. That's how bad cauliflowers are. They grow on people's ears.
Yeah.
Done. Done.
Yeah.
Done, dusted.
You melon. We'll catch you next time for another episode of this ridiculous podcast.
Like and subscribe. Boom.